Hello learners, welcome to the first week lecture 3 of English Grammar for Employability. Previously, we have gone through some practical problems of noun and pronoun. Today, we shall discuss the problems associated with adjectives. But before we proceed, let's review adjective and its types. So, what is an adjective? Well, an adjective is the word that tells the quality of a noun or a pronoun. It adds something extra to the meaning of the noun, which they qualify. For example, Ashok was a great emperor of India. Now the word great is just telling what kind of emperor Ashoka was. So great is an adjective. Now let's see the another sentence. I have a black pen in my hand. Now the word black is qualifying the noun that is pen. So black is also an adjective. Some of the adjectives are same as pronoun. So before we actually discuss the types of adjectives, let's understand the difference between adjective and pronoun. It is because sometimes it becomes difficult for us to detect errors in sentences related to pronoun and adjective. Read the sentence and tell which one is a pronoun and which one is adjective. So let's see these sentences. This is my book. And the another sentence is this book is mine. Now in the first sentence, the word this is a pronoun, because a noun is not used after it. A pronoun stands alone and it is used in place of noun. In the same sentence, the word my is a possessive adjective because it is showing possession on the book. Now in the second sentence, this book is mine. The word this is adjective here because it is demonstrating the noun book. It is used with noun. In the last of the sentence, the word mine is a possessive pronoun because it has no noun after it. So this is the difference between a pronoun and an adjective. Now it is important to know the kinds of adjective. The first one is adjective of quality. As the name suggests, these adjectives show the quality. For example, beautiful, great, heavy, ugly, black, dry, etc. All of these are adjectives of quality. Now the examples are here. This is an ugly design. Now the word ugly is adjective of quality. Sonu is a good dancer. Now the word good is the adjective of quality. The second one is demonstrative adjective. Now the word demonstrate means to indicate or to show. Therefore, the words that indicate something are demonstrative adjectives. Like pronoun, these are this, that, these and those. For example, that book is not interesting. Now, that plus noun is equal to adjective. So here in this sentence, that is indicating the book. So the word is adjective. Now in the second sentence, these people are abusing one another. Now the word these is indicating people. This is also a demonstrative adjective. Now the third one is interrogative adjectives. The word used to ask the questions are interrogative adjectives. For example, which, whose, and what. Like the questions we can ask, which car is yours? Whose house is this? So in these both sentences, the word which and whose are interrogative adjectives. Now the fourth one is possessive adjectives. The words that show possession like my, his, her, its, your, are, their, these are possessive pronoun. because they reflect possession over a particular thing. For example, this is my car. Now the word my is a possessive adjective because it is showing possession. Okay? The second sentence, he is not careful of his health, is a possessive adjective. The fifth one is distributive adjective. Now these are the words that distributes like each, every, either and neither. Now examples are neither book is interesting. The word neither is distributive because it is distributing the books. Okay? Either road goes to Meerut. The word either is also a distributive adjective. Now the sixth is quantitative adjective. These adjectives states the quantity that can be measured and not counted, like some, no, any, little, etc. The examples are, there is some water in the glass. Now the word some is a quantitative adjective. The second sentence you can see, I have little money in my pocket. Now the word little is quantitative adjective here. The seventh one is adjective of number. As the name suggests that it will stand for numbers, right? So adjectives of number stand for the things, items that can be counted. These are of two types. Definite numeral adjectives means 1, 2, 3, hundreds, first, second. All these are the adjectives which are definite. For example, there are 3 students in the class. I have 100 rupees in my pocket. So the word 3 and hundreds in these two sentences are adjective of number, especially definite numeral adjectives these are. The second one is indefinite numeral adjectives like some, few, many, all, several, etc. So these are indefinite in nature. We cannot count them. For example, there are few people in the bus. Some people are very dedicated to their work. So in these two sentences, few and some are indefinite numeral adjectives. Here are some important tips for current patterns and correct uses of adjectives. Okay, so these are the rules you should keep in your mind while detecting the errors in the sentences. The first is later and last allude to position. Remember, later and last allude to position. They show position. Okay, for example, the later arrival of books are quite costly. It is showing position. The last book seems to be fully torn. It is also showing position. Whereas the word later and latest, they are used for time. And focus on the spellings. Spellings are a little bit different. C is later than they expected. Now the word later is showing time. The second sentence, the latest edition of the book is voluminous. The latest is also showing the time. So use them very carefully in your writing and speaking. Now, nearest shows distance while next shows position. Nearest is used for distance, whereas next is used for position. The example is, the next student has no book, means position, next student. The second is, the nearest place to the bus stand is about 2 kilometers far from here. Now the word nearest is showing the distance. So in the first sentence you see the word next is used for position, and in the second sentence nearest is used for distance. Now you should also remember that elder and eldest indicate age seniority of the person, particularly of the same family. Remember, elder and eldest, these are used for one particular family. Whereas older and oldest indicate seniority of persons and things. Okay? And they are not used for family or the members of the family. For example, my elder brother is a professor. So I can use elder. I cannot say older. Okay? So elder brother is a professor. My elder brother is the person of the same family. Sohan is his elder son. Now, person of the same family it is reflecting. Now, the another sentence you see, Sohan is older than his friend Sham. Now, the word older is used because here is seniority of person in age and they don't belong to a family. The another sentence you can see, Meerut is one of the oldest cities of India. Now, it is the seniority of the place. Oldest cities. Meerut is one of the oldest cities of India. The word oldest is showing seniority of place. Okay. Now the another is farther and further. Farther is used for distance, whereas further signifies extra or additional. For example, the white car is farther away than the blue one. It is showing distance. The council gave no further detail on the new development. Further detail is indicated extra additional information. So farther and further both are different and be careful in their use. The another is two objects. Remember, two objects should carefully be compared. For example, gold is costlier than any metal. Now, do you think that this comparison is right? The word costlier is right here, but the another word any metal is showing all the metals, including the gold. But here we are saying gold is costlier, so we should add other in the second. So here the word other is important as it is excluding gold from the other metals. Let us see the another sentence. The campus of Meerut University is more beautiful than Kanpur University. Now in the sentence, the campus of Meerut University is compared with Kanpur University. We don't know whether that is a campus or not, maybe a library. So we have to use that of in that particular sense. So use the sentence and say the campus of Meerut University is more beautiful than that of Kanpur University. So here is the right comparison. While discussing the sentences and their errors in the forthcoming exercise, we will keep all these things in our mind. Some adjectives like junior, senior, prior, anterior, posterior, superior or inferior means ending in suffix IOR are followed by to, not by than in comparative degree. Okay, for example, Jack is junior to his friend in rank. Now, Jack is junior to, it is right. We cannot say Jack is junior than, that is wrong. The another sentence you can say, the table is inferior to that. Yes, it is also right. Inferior always requires to after it, not than. The another point is, whereas there are some adjectives such as interior, exterior, minor, ulterior, and major may be used in positive sense. And remember, they don't take either than or to after them. Remember, for example, he has no major problem to solve at present. He had an ulterior motive in cajoling his officer. So in these two sentences, These two words, major and ulterior, these are used differently, unlike comparative degree. Another important point is that little means not much. Remember, the word little means not much or hardly anything, and it is negative in sense, while the word a little means some, though it is not much but some, and it is positive in sense. And the third one is the little. The little means not much, but it is sufficient. It will do. For example, some students have little regard for their teachers. Means not much, negative sense it is. The second is a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Means some, positive sense there is. And the third sentence you see is the little scholarship that he possesses is not enough. Means not much, but there is a scholarship. So while making a use of the words little, a little and the little, you have to be very much careful. Now let's see some simple sentences. Here are sentences on the screen. Stop the video and spot the error, and then resume to find the answer. It is worth watching movie. The teacher was surprised to see every student sitting quietly in the class. The tiger is swifter than other animals. These all mangoes are sweet. Nobody likes him because he is a worst man. Now, is it right to say it is a worth watching movie? No, it is not English expression. It is always used in the last. So the sentence should be, it is a movie worth watching. The second sentence, the teacher was surprised to see every student sitting quietly in the class. Now sitting quietly. Quietly must be quiet. There are some of the adverbs which are used without ly as a suffix. For example, fast. We never say fastly. Slowly. And nowadays, slow is used in place of slowly. Likewise, the word quiet is right here. So the sentence should be, the teacher was surprised to see every student sitting quiet in the class. Now here in this sentence, the tiger is swifter than other animal. Now the sentence is wrong because tiger is already included in other animals. So we will have to add any other. So we will say this sentence like, the tiger is swifter than any other animal. Now let us take the another sentence. These all mangoes are sweet. Now the numeral, now the word all will come first. So the sentence would be, all these mangoes are sweet. Now the another sentence you see on the screen is, nobody likes him because he is a worst man. Now to say that particular word is not right here. It must be very bad man. So nobody likes him because he is a very bad man. Now let's take the another sentences. He has no any enemy. He is a coward man. Sheila is the best and beautiful girl in our college. She is older to me. Kavita is elder than her friend Nidhi. Now analyze these sentences. Well, let's take the very first one. He has no any enemy. Double negatives are not used. Remember. He has no is negative, any is also negative. He has no enemy is the correct expression. The second sentence, he is a coward man. Coward is a noun and man is also noun. So it is not right to say coward man. We will say it like, he is a cowardly man. Another sentence, see, Sheila is the best and beautiful girl in our college. Now here is a comparison mistake. The best and the most beautiful girl in our college. So the sentence should be, Sheila is the best and the most beautiful girl in our college. The another sentence is, she is older to me. Now, older requires preposition then after it, not to. Some of the people generally add to after it. Okay, so that is wrong. Sheila is older than me is the right sentence. Now let's take the another sentence. Kavita is elder than her friend Nidhi. Now the word elder, I have already told that it is used for family members. And I must say members of a family. Nidhi doesn't belong to that family. So there must be older. Kavita is older than her friend Nidhi is the right sentence. There are some other sentences on the screen. Pooja is more wiser than Pinky. The tiger is lambing. Mansi prefers milk more than cold drink. Many a girl are singing. Okay. So let's take the very first sentence. Pooja is more wiser. You see, just after more, there is a word wiser, and wiser is comparative degree. Okay. So we have to use wiser only. Pooja is wiser than Pinky. Another sentence you see, the tiger is lambing. Remember, some words cannot be used in continuous tense. Therefore, use only lame here. Say the sentence like, the tiger is lame. Another sentence you see, Mansi prefers milk more than cold drink. Is it right to say? The verb prefer always requires to after it, not than. So say this sentence as, Mansi prefers milk more to cold drink. Many a girl are singing. Now most of the students are confused in this particular many a girl, especially in this phrase. They consider many is a plural. But remember, a girl is the right subject here. Many a girl is always a singular subject. So use is instead of are. So say this sentence, many a girl is singing. Don't get confused with many a. It is followed by a singular verb. Okay, there are other sentences on the screen you see. We are mutual friends. It is much fine today. Anyone cannot do this. Subhash Chandra Bose was the first leader of his time. The two first chapters of this book are very interesting. Well, let's take the very first one. We are mutual friends. Now, mutual are relations. Okay? The word mutual is used for relations. We have mutual relationship, right? So the word mutual cannot be used for friends. Okay? So we are common friends, it is right to say. We are common friends. Let's take the second sentence. It is much fine today. Much cannot be used in this case. We can use very. It is very fine today. That is the right expression. Anyone cannot do this. Double negatives we have to avoid. Okay? With anyone, you should not use not. Okay? So these two words, anyone and not, are not right here. They are double negatives. We can say the sentence, no one can do this, is the right expression. Now let us take the another sentence. Subhash Chandra Bose was the first leader of his time. Now first leader is wrong. Because first is showing that before Subhash Chandra Bose there was no leader at all. So here the word foremost will be used. Because foremost means important figure of his time. Subhash Chandra Bose was the foremost leader of his time is the correct expression. Now let's take the another sentence. The two first chapters of this novel are very interesting. Now in this sentence, there is a mistake in the sequence of the first and the word two. So this should be the first two chapters of this book are very interesting. Now spot the errors in the given sentences. Now let's take the very first sentence. Do you know that Indira Gandhi was the first politician of her time? The word here in this sentence, first in part C, is wrong, as it has a different meaning. We have already read that foremost is to be used in place of first in that particular sense. Here foremost means the most important politician. Do you know that Indira Gandhi was the foremost politician of her time? That is the correct sentence. Second is, little knowledge of English proved very useful to Sunil in qualifying CDS entrance examination. In the sentence, part A is wrong, as the sense of the sentence is positive. Here, little means hardly any, and it is negative in sense. So a little should be used in place of little. The another sentence is, he will not give you anything because he is a miser man. Use miserly in place of miser because miser is a noun and miserly is an adjective. I have already discussed that in the previous sentence. This book is comparatively far better than the book which you bought a few days ago. The word like, respectively, and comparatively have no meaning in comparative degrees. Now say the sentence, this book is far better than the book which you bought a few days ago. Now the next sentence is, before you leave for market, will you please let me know how many eggs and milk you have to bring? Now here in this sentence, egg is countable noun. So many is right before it. But milk is uncountable. So use much before it. Now the sentence would be, before you leave for market, will you please let me know how many eggs and how much milk will you bring? Is the right sentence. Now let's take the another sentence. No less than lack of spectators are waiting for Sachin to come out in the field and play his masterful stroke. Now in this sentence, part A is wrong because it is used for uncountable. The word less in part A is wrong because it is used for uncountable. Here spectators are countable, so few will be used here. So the sentence would be, no few than lakhs of spectators are waiting for Sachin to come out in the field and play his masterful stroke. It is beyond any controversy that no boy in the class is as good as Mukesh. Here, no boy is wrong because it includes Mukesh also. So no other boy will be used. Let's see the another sentence. Today, gold is much more expensive than any metal available on the earth. Now there is the same problem in this sentence. Part C is wrong. Any metal means all metals, including gold itself. So any other metal will be used here. The population of India is going to be more than China in the next 2 or 3 years because there is a comparison between the population of both countries. So the sentence would be, the population of India is going to be more than that of China in next 2 or 3 years. So in this sentence we will use than that of China, okay, because there is a comparison between the population of both the countries. Let's take the another sentence now. There were no less than 100 men injured in plane crash. Now there is a word less. Less is uncountable. Use few as the noun 100 men is countable. So say the sentence like, there were no fewer than 100 men injured in a plane crash. Okay, this is the sentence now. Do you give us any kind of written instruction? Only verbal instructions will not be enough. Now in the sentence there is a word and expression mistake. The word verbal means both written and oral. Remember, it may be written or it may be oral, because the word verbal simply stands for words. In this sentence, written instructions are forbidden. So we cannot use this word. Instead, we will use oral in place of verbal. So the sentence would be, do not give us any kind of written instructions. Only oral instructions will be enough. The next sentence is, few filthy comments you made on her have cut her to the quick. So you must apologize her for this. You know, few means hardly and it is negative. So use a few instead of few. So a few filthy comments is the right expression. Okay, the another sentence is, now I am blessed with 2 daughters and she is the eldest of the 2 sisters, but the other looks elder. Part C contains error in this sentence, as there is a comparison using superlative degree, that is eldest. So the sentence would be elder. So in the sentence, elder is right in place of eldest. Now the sentence would be, now I am blessed with 2 daughters and she is the elder of the 2 sisters, but the other looks elder. Now read this sentence, your daughter is elder than my daughter, so on. Now in this sentence, there is a mistake in part A. Because elder is used for the members of a family, but here is no family at all. So older is right. Your daughter is older than my daughter is the right expression. Now let's take the another sentence. The 2 last songs by Sonu Nigam, who has already given many hit songs, have not proved a success. Now the mistake is in the very first part, that is A. The last 2 songs is the right expression. Okay, so say this sentence, the last 2 songs by Sonu Nigam, who has given many hit songs, have not proved a success. Now let's see the another sentence. My friend had to cut a sorry figure when he came to know that he had the little money in his purse. Now the same mistake is here, the little. The little is positive in sense. Here we will use little. In part D, the word the little is wrong. Here little will be used because we have already read that the little is a positive expression, means sufficient. Let's take the another sentence. In spite of the fact that your book is more expensive than mine, mine is superior than yours. Okay, in this sentence, part D is wrong because some words ending in IOR, like junior, senior, superior, I have already told you, requires to after them and not than. So it is wrong. We will have to replace than by to. So the sentence would be, in spite of the fact that your book is more expensive than mine, mine is superior to yours. Now let's take the another sentence. The interviewer asked the candidate what district he came from. Now in this sentence, the interrogative pronoun what is wrong. Part C, what is wrong. For selection, we use which. So the correct sentence would be, The interviewer asked the candidate which district he came from. Now let's see the another sentence. We need some artist for the repairing work because the utmost walls of this house are badly damaged because of the earthquake. Now when you will read this sentence, you will find mistake in part C, and especially the word utmost. Utmost is wrong because it means important. Literally, the word should be replaced by outermost, which means outer side. Here we are talking about the outer side of the house. So the expression would be outermost. Okay. Now let's take the another sentence. She gets into the string of the things very easily than one of her young sisters. In comparison, we don't use very. Remember, we use more. So say this sentence as she gets into the string of the things more easily than one of her younger sisters. So by now we have gone through the errors related to noun, pronoun and adjectives. Now in the forthcoming lecture we shall discuss another important topic. Stay tuned. Bye. Thank you.